Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. You know, some of the best adventures don't start in some far-off, exotic land. Sometimes, they start in the most unexpected places. For me, that place was my grandma's attic. It was a rainy Saturday, the kind of day that's perfect for exploring forgotten corners. Grandma's attic was a time capsule, filled with dusty furniture, old photo albums, and the faint, sweet smell of memories. I was rummaging through a creaky old trunk, hoping to find some vintage clothes or forgotten family photos, when my fingers brushed against something leathery and stiff. I pulled it out. It was a small, rolled-up piece of parchment, tied with a faded red ribbon. My heart started to beat a little faster. As I carefully untied the knot and unrolled it, I couldn't believe my eyes. It wasn't just old paper, it was a map, a hand-drawn, beautifully aged map of our small town, but not as I knew it. This map showed landmarks that had vanished long ago and cryptic symbols marking a path. And at the end of that path, drawn with a flourish, was a big X right over the old oak tree in our town square. Grandma came upstairs, curious about the noise. When she saw the map, her eyes lit up with a spark I hadn't seen in years. "Oh, my goodness," she whispered, "your great-grandfather's treasure map." We thought this was just a story he told. She explained that he was known for his playful spirit and loved creating games and mysteries for the family. He always claimed he'd hidden a family treasure for a future generation to find, but everyone had assumed it was just one of his tall tales. Suddenly, the rainy Saturday was transformed. This wasn't just an old piece of paper. It was a legacy, an invitation from the past. Grandma and I decided right then and there we had to follow it. We spent the rest of the afternoon deciphering the clues. A riddle about the sunken bell led us to the old town hall, where the original bell tower was struck by lightning a century ago. A drawing of 3 crows pointed us toward the old scarecrow field, now a community park. Each clue we solved felt like a handshake across time, connecting us to Great-Grandpa's sense of humor and adventure. We weren't just looking for treasure, we were walking in his footsteps, seeing our town through his eyes. The final clue led us back to the giant oak tree in the center of town, the X on the map. Beneath a loose stone at its base, we found it. It wasn't a chest of gold or jewels, it was something far more precious. Tucked inside a small, weathered tin box was a collection of his most cherished possessions, a pocket watch that no longer ticked, a photograph of him and great-grandma on their wedding day, and a leather-bound journal. The first page read, "To the one who finds this, the real treasure isn't what you hold in your hands, but the adventure you had and the memories you made along the way. Now, go make your own." Holding that journal, I realized he was right. The treasure hunt brought my grandma and me closer than ever, sharing stories and laughter. It reminded us that the greatest treasures are the connections we share and the joy we find in the journey. That old map from the attic didn't lead to riches, but it gave us a story, an adventure, and a memory I will cherish forever. Thanks so much for joining me on this little journey today. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. See you in the next one.